I'm going to speak to you from the perspective of your colleague. I am going to speak to you from the perspective of someone who has done the bad and the good and don't always get it right. But that's why you're here to follow me, so you can learn from my mistakes and those others in the comments who have been doing this profession for a long time who say, I did that. If I had to do this all over again, I would not be doing that part of my career like that, right? So let me know in the comments, what would you do with this scenario? If you got cross-trained, which many of you out there are looking for programs, hospitals to cross-train you in another modality. So in radiologic technology, when you go to school for that, you can be cross-trained without having to go back to school for certain programs like bone densitometry, mammography, CT, MRI. You don't have to go back to school for. You do have to go back to school for nuclear medicine, ultrasound, radiation therapy, medical dosimetry, radiologist assistant. Those things you do have to go back and take a shortened form, but you got to go back to school for those. Now, for the other ones I mentioned, you can learn those on the job. Interventional, I forgot about that one. Interventional radiology technology, fantastic. All of those are great options. If you get a chance to be cross-trained in them, take it, you guys. But here's where some of the advice gets a little tricky. And it's a conversation we've had in the field for a long time. I'm going to tell you my story. I got cross-trained straight out of radiology technology school. Like before I even graduated, I got the opportunity to be cross-trained in interventional. I was offered that job. I was offered an x-ray job, and I was offered to be cross-trained into CT. Now, if you follow my story, you understand how that has gone and how I chose CT. So this is where it gets interesting, and where the lesson I hope you learn from me is that I didn't immediately get cross-trained. I didn't immediately get registered by the ARRT and CT. No, I waited. Because I was comfortable. I had a good job. I loved the people I worked with. I got paid good money, especially for a student just getting out of school back in those times. Like, I was very comfortable. But then I saw other opportunities out there. I'm going to tell you, when you've been in a profession for a while, or when you've been in certain modalities for a while, your eyes are going to be open and you're going to be like, wait a second. You mean I could be doing that? You mean that opportunity is open to me that you have no clue about now? So when you listen to managers that tell you, oh, you do not have to get cross-trained. And I'm telling you, this happens. Managers and other coworkers that tell you when you cross-train, don't worry about getting your ART, that you don't need it here. The hospital's fine. Yeah, they fine with you not having your registry and working at their hospital doing another modality, whether they pay you or not. Everything is not about the pay right then. You could be cutting off your pay in the future when you do not get your registry. I'm going to tell you, I had no plans on leaving my CT job. I loved it. But you know what happened? I never could get into first shift. I was stuck in second shift, and I did not want to work second shift. I like my summers. I like going on vacation. I like being out when my husband's off work. I like being home with my family when they're home. Maybe you do too. I don't know. But I could not see myself working second shift for a long time. That was literally middle of the day, whole day. I just didn't like it. And I knew I needed to change. But what happened was, when I went to try to change, get a new CT job, many of those jobs said, you know what? You're not registered by the ARRT and CT. But I'm like, I got years of experience, at least a year or two. Like, I know what I'm doing. They're like, yeah, but you got to have your registry to work here when you come in. We only hire ARRT exam registered technologists. So some jobs I could not get. I finally found a job where the person took a chance on me and they hired me, but they gave me 6 months to pass my registry, and they were on me. This director was on me. They were like, we don't want you just to be knowing how to do CT. You need to have your papers. And that was amazing. And I am so grateful to that. And my team, the CT team I worked with at that new hospital, that gave me a chance. Even though I knew CT, I wasn't registered in it. So it limited my ability to make money. It limited my ability to negotiate on new jobs, right? Even though I had the experience, I didn't have that piece of paper that would let me negotiate outside of the place that cross-trained me. Because now my life changed. I didn't want to work that shift anymore. I didn't want to, I needed something better for my family, for my life. Hey, hello, Clinton Carball 6813. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I'm good. I'm on my lunch. I haven't eaten it yet. I'm going to eat it in a second because I want to finish this finish this live today, but I'm just giving you guys some advice. There's good and bad career advice out there, and I want you guys to learn from my experience. So I'm going to finish this story up. What happened was I got that opportunity to go over there. Do you know, as soon as I got, they made sure, they were like, did you get your exams? Because you have to get a certain amount of exams. I got my exams. Thank you, Jim. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, they were, and everybody that I worked with from that second CT job, they are big time directors at hospitals. They are running, like, they're doing the doggone thing. These are people that were your colleague technologists, just technologists, but they were leaders. They just weren't there yet, and they are there now. I'm so grateful for them saying, no, ma'am, you're going to get that paper. And it's not about you being able to get a few extra dollars in your paycheck now. It is about you being able to have options, y'all. So if you get into a situation where a company wants to cross train you and they're not pushing you to get your registry, be aware, be wary. I'm just saying. It could be that they know that if you don't have your papers, you're not going anywhere, right? So it is a way, in my opinion, to keep you hostage right there at that job, or limit your abilities to go out there and negotiate and get new opportunities. You gotta, I'm not saying that all, but I'm just telling you, it will limit you. And learn from my experience. I got there, got my registry, and that team was like, great, okay, now what's the next thing you're doing? Like, everybody was pushing everybody to do something. Nobody was like, we're going to stay here forever. Even my director, everybody was like, no, we move in this team. Everybody gets better. That is the kind of team you want to be around. And I hope you guys follow me, and I hope that's what I keep showing you. I'm doing this whole career series, and my career series is not based on a leadership advice, because I've been in leadership. I understand they have to do certain things to make numbers and keep people going and keep people working, right? That is how it goes, y'all. No matter how good your leader is, you need to find an organization that wants to promote you. At the same time, do what they need to get done for themselves. So my series is to help you guys understand this information to help your career, so you have options in the future, not just now. So I am going to get back in because I got 2 minutes before my patient gets here, but I need to check and see if they got here. I hope this was helpful. Hope you guys rewatch it. Drop some comments in. I got comments in here now. Get all the certifications you can in any field. Couponing with Grams. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jim Hesse, Clinton Carbach, and just Pookie Mom, David Farmer. Okay, Farmer. Thank you guys for the comments. I appreciate it, and be sure to share this out. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I hope the information was great. I want to keep it short, sweet. Be sure to check out my other videos. I am getting ready to drop a short. And also be sure to check out my book, Rachel the Radiographer, children's book for kids who desire something other than nursing and being a doctor. Our profession is so much more than what people know, which is more than just taking x-rays. Until next time, y'all have a